We are at the Japan Mobility Show 2025 in Tokyo, and we are about to see what the future of the automotive holds. Fingers crossed. It's really getting crazy. It's a Wednesday morning, media day, it's full of people. So what is Japan Mobility Show? Well, Japan Mobility Show is essentially the main show in Japan and probably one of the main in the world when it comes to OEM, where Tokyo Auto Salon is the show for aftermarket. The Japan Mobility Show is the show for OEM. Here is where you're gonna see the new cars, the new concept cars, the new airplanes, the new freaking motorcycles, shuttles, anything that moves from point A to point B without using legs, right here. Well, I was wrong. Evidently, it's not only things that move from A to B without legs. There's a loom. A loom. Actually, turns out I was wrong again. The mobility component refers to legs as well. So it's not only motor vehicles and non-motor vehicles without legs. There's legs. So we found ourselves at Nahyung and we came to Japan Mobility Show together. She is a very famous influencer. And she's gonna teach a lot about cars to all of y'all. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Toyota brought the planet to this Japan Mobility Show 2025 with not only Toyota brand but also with Lexus as well as Century. We got spaceships, we got helicopters from the future, we got cars, we got electric, we got combustion, but I want to focus a little bit on this Century because the design of this car really blew me away. Again, electric, but yes, this seems to be the tone of the Japan Mobility Show 2025. A lot of brands are pushing towards the electric because that seems to be the future and that seems what Japan wants to look towards. However, let's look at the design of this car. First of all, the color, the really striking orange hue that is achieved, I learned, with 60 or even more layers of paint. This is a coupe as opposed to a big SUV with two doors, but they slide sideways, revealing effectively all the seats, making it a very nice executive-like vehicle. It's a coupe taking a step away from the SUV models, but still has a very nice executive look and executive feel. Now, the Lexus Sport concept wasn't a reveal here at the Japan Mobility Show 2025 because we have actually seen it before in the United States. However, it's the first time I think that we see it in Japan. There isn't much that we know about the powertrain or the technical features, but let's look at the design because, yes, we know that at this point Lexus has unapologetically moved towards the electric, but the LFA DNA is there. Lexus explicitly stated that in its move towards the electrified performance, it still wants to inherit what made the LFA different, the LFA special. It wants to reproduce its driving feel. Although, between me and you, dude, I mean, how can you do it? Like, I don't know, nobody wants a freaking microwaved hamburger. But the design, the concept uses a long bonnet and a pushback cabin, a silhouette typical of the Grand Tourer, if you remember, and the high-performance coupes from the brand's past, like including the LFA. This thing is sexy looking, beautiful. Look at how the wing moves, the styling cues are consistent. I personally do not like the interior too much. I think it's a tad too futuristic, if it makes sense. However, it is wide, it is aggressive. I like it. If it had an engine, I'd like it better. Toyota introduced a bunch of new stuff not necessarily related to the super luxurious type of vehicle. The new Corolla is here, at least the concept, very spacious inside cabin, very futuristic, leaning towards the trend that now we're seeing more and more often. Classy sedan with hybrid powertrain, plug-in hybrid, and electric. We also have a high ace fitted specifically for transport for critical COVID-19 patients, although I'm sure it can be used for something else, but it's not all grim. We have also the Kids Mobi, which is allegedly a safe and secure AI-powered personal mobility for kids. There is even a UX friend that apparently supports children's development. Being a parent has never been that easy. All right, so I was a little late. and we wanted to see the reveal of the Century, which we did in South Hall 1. Of course, I parked a literal 1.3 miles that way, so I had to leg it all the way here. I got the reveal. Now we're gonna leg it all the way back where I came from because we're fat and we need it. And we're gonna try and get the BMW and Mini Cooper collaboration reveal. BMW didn't fully lean into the electric or hybrid, but instead they presented a new iX5 hydrogen powered and the new M2 CS and speed top concept. On top of that, they collaborated with Paul Smith and Mini Cooper, creating a brand new Mini Cooper BMW collaboration concept, which sort of like follows prior trends. It doesn't feel like it's out of brand. They didn't go excessively innovating. It is a very nice new nod to the past. Also, did you know that Japan kind of saved the Mini Cooper? For real, the Mini Cooper was going bankrupt, but for some reason it picked up very, very strongly on the Japanese market, and Japan actually ordered so many Mini Coopers that the British company actually managed to stay afloat, and it became a cult in Japan. Alright, BMW's and Mini's presentation kicked Mitsubishi's and Nissan's presentation's ass. However, there's way more to go. Let's see. Yeah, right now we have to go all the way to the East Hall, which might as well be in the Shire. Alright, this is probably my favorite reveal of Japan Mobility Show 2025 by Subaru, the Performance B STI concept and the Performance E STI concept. E for electric and B for I'm not actually sure, but I already like it better. We don't know much about the E, we don't really know what the horsepower or the battery size really is going to look like. This is just a concept, we don't even know if it's going to actually get released, but it does have a few notes in its futuristic appeal that really resemble the old, of course the gold rims, of course the wing, but also the stance, the proportion. She is fat, wide hips, very aggressive look. The futuristic design, I'm not a big fan when it goes a little over the top, but this time I think they hit just the right mark. Now a look at the B model. Horizontally opposed turbocharged gasoline engine, aka boxer engine, which we haven't seen in quite a long time. This model also is a concept. We don't know if it's actually going to get released. We also don't know what transmission it has. Please, manual, please. Love the hatchback configuration, even though it's a bit of a shift from the four-door sedan layout of many previous WRX and STI models. Interiors, Recaro, signed. Love it. Italy, baby. AMG and Mercedes leaned into the electric big time. The GT XS is a new drivetrain, axial flux motor, and in general it's a futuristic take on the previous AMG models, while the Vision V is a luxury van with really spacious interiors. It does feel a little soulless. Now the GT XX design I'm really not mad at, I like it a lot. The fact that it's electric unfortunately is a pretty big blemish, but the car looks good. While everyone at Japan Mobility Show decided to showcase motorcycles, cars, combustion engines, electric, Honda came and decided to showcase the everything. Honda has brought so many things that it's really hard to talk about everything. And there are some things that are definitely going to be overlooked, and I think that the Honda Zero Alpha would be one of those. A new prototype SUV model which may or may not compete. There is also the Honda Zero Saloon, the flagship of this new Honda Zero series. Full EV architecture, thin, light and wise as Honda itself presents it, which is supposed to head the development of the Honda Zero series. It does look a lot like somebody from the 70s or 80s designed it. But Honda is not alone, because we got Yamaha here too, coming in with motorcycles from the past as we would expect, but also with some really futuristic, really cool items, one of which is possibly the smartest name of any vehicle today at the Japan Mobility Show 2025 with the Tricera Proto, which is a working prototype, 3-wheel steering thing. I don't really know how I would use it, but I really know that I like it. We also have self-driving AI-controlled motorcycles, what up? However, we also have electric brass instruments and drum sets and badass wheelchairs. I kinda really liked Yamaha's booth. They put on a show. The new Mazda. A concept that brings with it a twin rotor rotary engine combined with a plug-in hybrid system, because, you gotta go electric a little bit. What seems to be new here, though, is that this concept uses a two-rotor rotary engine directly driving the wheels, not just as a range extender, in one of its variants. Also, 503 horses, baby! Now, allegedly, the rotary engine here has been designed because it's said to be capable of burning carbon-neutral fuels, and Mazda wants to emphasize sustainability, but I think it's also a strategic move to get people that are very passionate about old-school Mazda to come back to the brand. Now, the look is very iRobot. I mean, I swear to God, this car with these smooth edges kinda looks like a bullet cut in half and polished. It left me a little bit confused. Again, I don't really like much when it comes to the futuristic excess, but this one may be just right beyond the limit for me. I still like it, it's just that it feels like something that wouldn't exist for the next maybe 50 years. Okay, electric is out of control. This is the U9 produced by Yangwang, which is the luxury car sub-brand of BYD. This is a jumping supercar, not for real. It actually jumps and dances. It's got actual moves. We've seen it on iShowSpeed's stream when he was visiting China. And this thing that we're seeing right here, it's only 1600 horsepower. But there is a U9 Extreme version, which boasts an incredible 3,000 horsepower. 3,000 horsepower. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour reportedly at 2.36 seconds. That's the standard version. Top speed 300 kilometers plus. It's electric, dude. There is no freaking limit. But again, who wants to eat a microwaved burger? So guys, Japan Mobility Show 2025 confirmed what we all knew and maybe even feared. The world, Japan in particular, is pushing towards the electric. Now, I want to choose not to focus too much on that and try not to be nostalgic, but I can't. So if you want that, go watch another YouTuber, because I feel kinda sad that we are seeing the disappearance of combustion engines, maybe even as early as in our lifetime. Nevertheless, I want to focus also on the designs. I have a kind of a design mind. I really like to see what companies do with their designs, and I gotta say, I like where we're moving towards. I do like these new futuristic designs when it's not too over the top. That said though, we don't really only see electric. Yes, AMG brought a new sports concept car that looks kind of cool to me, but it's so electric. Like, it's so electric. Look, everything. There's even writing on the car itself. I like the way it looks, but I would definitely remove the billboards. That seems a tad too much. Nevertheless, we do have still combustion motorcycles. We do have this thing from Kawasaki that is, I think, combustion. Tell you what, this loom is not electric. Guys, yes, I have a little bit of resistance towards the electric. It's just that I find it inevitable, and I don't like that it's inevitable. The future of the Japanese and the international automotive was here at the Japan Mobility Show. We have seen its face, it's come and gone, and it's all kinds of electric. But we have seen some strong nods to the nostalgic and to the past, so I'm still hopeful. Well, guys, if you stuck around until now, thank you very much. Definitely consider subscribing, commenting, and sharing. It helps us a lot. This is Lucio, aka Italian in Japan of RPM generation. I will definitely see you very soon. In the meantime, stay safe.